And welcome to Dangerous Fly Fishing, episode 84. I'm Chris Cooper. That's Jim Carney. How are you, sir?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, I haven't
It's
seen
been
you guys
like
for a
3
while.
or so weeks. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not that long, but
I think it
that
has
long.
been.
Yeah.
has it been that long?
I think
we
so.
haven't been. Wow.
Little hiatus.
I don't think we put
Yeah.
an episode out since before Meetapalooza.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Also in studio, Matt Carney and Ross Lyskoka. How are you, sirs?
Yeah, doing great. Finally caught up on like 30 different things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It happens when you work for a living and also try to do a podcast for not a living, just for funsies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get you.
It's one of those things that like I had about a list of small projects that stacked up. And it's like, okay, I just have to knock everything out, including Jim's fly holder.
Oh, my tray.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the old one?
Yeah, it's the old one.
Oh, wow.
I
I wondered why it was down here, but
yeah.
Well, give it a test drive on camera.
Yeah. It's just bent everything kind of back in place, readjusted the latches and gave it a little steel brush finish, so
oh, yeah.
hopefully it doesn't pop open on you now.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. He snapped that shut pretty
easily.
yeah. But firm,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, this I have a new box, obviously, but I may do some shuffling around, make one a seasonal box,
Ooh,
and that way I would have less flies in each box.
it makes sense.
Yep.
That's a good theory.
Yeah.
You got enough dry flies to feed an army. So.
Oh, yeah. We might be touching the million flies. I don't know. It seems impossible,
I
but
believe it.
but that box is full.
Yeah, I believe
Thank you, Ross. I really appreciate this.
Absolutely. I'm glad I could fix that up.
Good.
I was not sure at first.
They're still available to buy. I was looking at them on the internet the other day. There was someone on eBay who had a 5-tray, which is exactly like I have here, and they wanted $400 for it.
It sounds about right.
Well, I looked on the website, and you can buy a brand new one for $255.
How they get you is
The add-ons.
yeah, it's so like
Yeah. Well, this one doesn't. My other one has a floatant holder, and I think that's the only add-on. But even then, well, actually, I bought that online off a guy for $100.
oh wow. You got
Good
a
deal.
deal on that.
Yeah, I got a good deal. That's why I bought it.
Hell, the aluminum scrap nowadays. might even be-
Yeah. Well, it was quite a few years ago I bought it, and the reason the guy was selling it, actually, it was his wife's box, and she didn't like the way it sat on her chest.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Huge tracts of land.
Evidently, there was an issue there, so
That happens.
yeah. But so I got a box for $100. I can't beat that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I like those. It's
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of old school Americana almost.
Yep. Well, I probably told you guys I was out in Yellowstone. I think it was the first time I was in Yellowstone. It was 74, 75. And as I was coming off the stream one evening, there was 3 gentlemen there. And we just started shooting the breeze about the fishing. And the guy goes, "You're from central Pennsylvania, aren't you?" And I said, "Well, how'd you know that?" And the chess box. And then as our conversation went on, he says, "Where are you from in central PA?" And I said, "Du Bois." And he goes, "So are we."
Oh wow.
And I thought, now what are the chances of that? But the funny thing is, "Hey, do you know so-and-so?" "No, I don't." "Do you know so-and-so?" "No, I don't know." We went down a long list of guys before we finally got a guy that we both knew.
Eventually, there's got to be one.
Yeah.
And it's probably the one guy you didn't really want to admit you knew.
Right.
But we both knew him, so it was kind of funny.
Must have been a bartender.
He was actually a block mason, and when I was a bartender,
Oh wow.
I had to go in and
He was
break
the
up a fight.
Whew.
These guys, of course, when you're a bartender, everybody gets in a fight is way bigger than you are. So,
Yeah, there's
Truth.
I'd fight a lot of people. Block Mason is not one.
oh man, these guys,
They're
Definitely not.
they're pretty
yeah,
tough.
they're big men too, big men.
They literally haul or throw, 50-pound blocks and everything around.
Oh,
the place,
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I worked as a hod carrier for one day, and I'm embarrassed to say it was only one day because I was done for the week after one day.
Oh, I can imagine.
Man,
That's
I had the college life going on at the time, and they paid good money, but my body was not made to be a hod carrier, so I decided to fly fish instead. So
Smart.
Yeah, you definitely. I would say that was a wiser investment.
yes,
It's a good plan.
Yeah.
yep.
So what else you got going on, boss?
Harley restoration, fly rod building.
Yay.
Did some work on the house. Oh yeah, I think I told you fly rod blanks are in.
Yeah, when I showed you the new truck.
Yeah, and I guess this is probably a good time to mention I got 5 different 9-foot 12-weight blanks. So
Wow.
me, Cooper, and Matt are going to be doing a rod build. So I got 2 extra, Jim, if you want to join in.
Well, I might very well do that.
Yeah, we can. I don't know how we're going to film it quite yet, but I figure that might be a pretty fun thing to throw up on the podcast.
Sure.
Just to hang out and, hey, here's how you build a rod.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can cast a 12 weight or not, but I could probably build one.
Absolutely.
Cast a 10 weight, that's pretty close.
Yeah. It was going to beat me up, I'll say, that day casting a 10 weight, though.
You got to get used to it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's I don't like to admit it, but like after last year, we went up like a week early for the beast, and we just fished every day. And by the end of the beast, my forearm was hurting kind of
Oh,
bad.
I'll
You know,
bet,
it was
yeah.
like sitting there like, oh man, am I getting old already?
Yeah.
I don't wanna do this.
I believe it. You just when I was casting my 8-weight with those flies that you had made and the larger flies for muskie and larger bass type, it was just brutal on my arm alone with an 8-weight, let alone a 10 or 12. So I can, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the beast, beast registration started.
Yeah.
We're already in.
We're already in. We are teams number 1 and team number 2.
Ha!
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody else sucks.
Yeah. Well, we kind of cheated because apparently it didn't open till today, but we registered last night.
1201.
Nothing wrong with being early.
Yeah.
So he literally, he goes, it doesn't actually open till tomorrow, but okay, I got you. I'm like, sorry, dude. You give it to me and I send it out.
Absolutely. How long did it take us this time? Like 15 minutes?
Nick and I were done lickety split. You guys took a little longer but yeah, I think we had both teams in within 15 minutes.
Who do you have on both teams? 3-man team, right?
No, it's Nick and I are team 1, and then Ross and Cooper are team 2.
Oh, just two team members.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sam couldn't do it, and that's pretty much, I think, all the field we wanted. We didn't want to go. We were kind of afraid if somebody bails, then we'll condense 2 into 1.
Yeah.
But that was our concern, is making sure we put up quality teams if we put them.
Yeah, okay.
The magic number was 4. You know, if we can have at least 4, I'm sure we can always add people on.
Yeah.
You know, they might not get a shirt, but it's one of those things where if we had 3 and tried to field 2 teams, that would not work out well.
No,
Yep.
math does not math.
No.
Yeah, but that was our big concern, is if somebody bails, because both Cooper and Nick both have young children.
Yeah.
Things can happen.
Emergencies.
Yeah, emergencies. So we kind of ensured we would have the proper numbers. If we needed to, we would be able to condense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Nick said he's in. Cooper says he's in. Ross is in. I'm in.
Good.
So we
Good.
kind of split the. I don't want to say newer, but the newer to musky fishing guys with Ross and I, who've done it a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
which, good for you. You got Cooper. He at least knows what he's doing.
absolutely.
So I have Nick. So
Sorry, Nick.
I made out in the draft.
Yeah, there you go.
But so yeah, we're in for the beast. I think it's going to stay private for 5 days. I think Dixon said for the guys that have historically done it, and I'm going to guess 5 days from today. Basically, going to put it. I don't know, like this weekend. I'm assuming it's going to open up for the
5
the
days
rest
from
of the field.
today would be Saturday.
Yeah. So this weekend. Well, it may have technically the 5 may have started yesterday, so it may be Friday.
Oh.
But
Either way, I do like how he does that. Like if you had a slot last year, then you get the first opportunity to sign up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
Plus, it keeps a good group of people in there. You know?
Sure. If
Yeah.
you got a good group, you might as well keep them.
Yeah.
Well, that and it keeps people coming back.
Yeah.
yeah, well, that was one of the complaints from like the Kentucky people that were interested in doing it. Is it's basically like, yeah, sorry, it's basically going to be sold out before it ever goes public.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
But they may be adding more teams because like last year, I think was the first year they added the Kinzua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that provides more water, which gives you more room for teams, because that's always a problem is when you're on finite water, you can only comfortably fit so many teams.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I believe the email said it was capped at 42 teams this year.
Yeah. So
What was last year?
I
think it
don't
might have been
know.
40. It might have been 40.
Okay.
But usually, like, if he has, like, 46 teams that do interest, like, he'll sometimes, like, let the other 4 slide in.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it a fundraiser just for the chapter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of it actually goes to, like, there's some community outreach, but a large portion of it goes to, like, buying muskie fingerlings to stock in various places.
Yeah.
It's, out of all the charities I've dealt with or, donated to, did raffles, derbies, whatever, like that, a large portion of the money actually goes to what the charity's about. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they do.
I like it.
They do a lot of the in-school stuff that, like, Trout Unlimited does.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
okay.
in the Nittany Valley.
Right.
Yeah.
So they kind of do that, too. But a lot of it basically is them working with the state to
Well, they'd have to stock fish.
increase the muskie population. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
one lake, I think they basically stocked all the muskie
Yeah.
under the state's guidance.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I should say the Beast of the East, the profits from that go to the muskie fingerlings. I don't know about
Okay.
the rest of the organizations.
Yeah.
It goes to the Muskies Inc. Chapter 64, Nittany Valley Muskie Alliance.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think we've said it in the past, though. We just decided to do a donation as well on our behalf of for the podcast, and we donated a Yeti cooler size, Matt.
The Hopper 18.
Thank you. And then 3 bottles of bourbon. Very good bourbons, too, I
Yeah.
might
Yeah,
add.
they're the curated selection by us.
For sure.
Yeah. One of those things that hopefully everybody throws a raffle ticket in for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with bourbon, in my opinion.
No, I mean, even if you don't, like, drink bourbon regularly, it's just something to keep on your mantle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Or
the
in-
liquor cabinet.
Yeah.
Just, you might get a buddy that you don't have yet that might just say, I am a bourbon drinker, and decide, hey, guess what I have? This amazing 4 Roses or whatever else we bought.
Yeah. Plus, the Yeti Hopper 18 makes a pretty dang good rafter boat cooler.
Yeah. Is that,
yeah.
That's the hard side, correct?
Soft.
Soft.
It's the largest soft cooler.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
'Cause we were going back and forth on whether to do the hard or soft, and we opted for soft just because,
It's a little.
you can also take it to tailgates or cookouts, and
It's not, you don't need 2 people to carry it if it's full.
You don't need to for the little hard ones anyway, but it's
Well-
more convenient for hauling.
I bet you your teammate can't haul a small, full Yeti. That's not soft.
He's a man. He can do it.
Yeah, he's a man.
I didn't say he wasn't.
If he's not, his truck can haul it.
I have faith.
Can it, though? It's a Chevy.
That's
I
true.
don't know.
That's true. You got me there.
As long as the front ball joints and those things hold up, it'll haul whatever.
All right.
Well,
Yetis are super heavy. So
True.
well, yeah, because you helped me unload the one at Metapalooza.
the 48,
No,
60.
the 65, or
60.
I thought you helped me with the 125. Then you helped me move it when it was full of beer and ice
When?
at Metapalooza.
No.
Oh,
Not this
maybe that
year.
was Sean, because we carried it from the driveway to the deck.
Yeah, no, not this year.
Oh,
Jeez, you need a quasi-professional athlete to
Well,
move those things.
it's a good thing.
You ain't kidding.
It's a good thing they put serious ropes for handles, because
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lift with the legs, gentlemen.
yeah, that was poorly planned out. We probably should have put it where we wanted it to begin with,
Nah.
Yeah.
because we kept moving around. Like, I think we moved it again, like when everybody got there, and then that way the beer's more convenient and closer.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah.
What's new with you, Matt?
Well, as we mentioned, we had Metapalooza.
Yes,
Food was delicious as always.
as always.
Not as many people as years past.
Truth.
Some people, like the guy to my right here, he missed. And then some other people had medical emergency, so they missed half of it. And then other people had other stuff where they missed half of it. So we had roughly the same number, but not everybody was there on both days as they were historically.
Yeah.
'Cause I think
The weather wasn't good either.
No, but I think Ross was the only failure to show.
Yeah. The rough.
But
Yeah, there was a guy that had like a heart attack or something, and he showed
yeah,
up.
he still showed up.
He has his priorities.
It was actually his 2 aneurysms.
I didn't want to be
Two.
specific.
Oh,
A heart attack sounds better.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He still showed.
It sounds less bad.
He still showed.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Proud of him. I know who this is.
We got to meet your college buddy
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, he was an addition. My one fraternity brother came. He's a awesome dude.
Yeah, you would have liked him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him for a while.
I'm sure. I don't think I've ever met him before.
No, I don't
No,
think.
that's the first time I'd met him.
Yeah, I think he had come up to camp, I think, 2 years ago
did he?
when Pete and I were up there.
Oh,
Because he only lives like 45 minutes away.
right, yeah.
Oh,
And we mentioned Metapalooza, and then we forgot him on last year's invite. And then
Oops.
Pete remembered this year because, I'm scatterbrained when
Go, Pete.
Metapalooza gets close.
good job.
Is he a
Pete.
fisherman?
When he was up 2 years ago, he did try fly fishing.
Oh, he did try.
Yeah,
fly
behind
fishing?
camp.
Oh, okay. Okay, he lives on Penns Creek,
Yeah,
farther downstream in the.
yeah. So I think he
It's warm
fishes. He
water,
doesn't really
right.
fly fish, but he said he's
Yeah.
interested in taking up fly fishing.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
But if he lives 45 minutes away from camp, he's in one of the best places in
Oh,
the world.
Yeah. Speaking of Metapalooza and the fishing, there was a palomino swimming around up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind
For a
camp.
while.
Does he have like head injuries now from you guys throwing nymphs at him?
I threw so many flies at that fish, you wouldn't understand.
I
I lost
believe it.
so many flies. You know, when we first
What?
walk in, I lost a ton of flies. When we first walk in, right where that log sits, you know how we enter the same spot all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, the submerged one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was literally to your right. As soon as you walk in,
Oh,
to your
so
right.
right off the bank.
And then he was swimming up and down the bank end. So
yeah, he was. So when I first saw him, I was up on the roof because when the tree fell last year and tore the power lines off the house. Well, I didn't notice it until I was up for Metapalooza. It also ripped the mast partway off, and only the fascia stopped it from coming down.
Well, that's good.
So I got
Yay,
up on the.
fascia.
Sean and I said, "Hey, we should probably fix that." So I got up on the roof to pull the mast where it's supposed to be, and then Sean was going to screw it. And I was up there, and we got it done. And I turn and look. I'm like, "The hell's that giant yellow thing in the creek?" And get down. I'm like, "That looks like a freaking fish." Get down, go look. Yep, sure enough, it's a big ass palomino.
I'm surprised one made it that far upstream.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading the stocking list as I'm trying to invent a fishery that doesn't probably exist, but I'm really working on it. But I was going over the stockings, and for the last few years, they've quit stocking where long run enters.
Okay.
This past year, they were cedar run enters, which is right
Yeah,
below the
yeah,
bridge.
moving
there.
up.
Yeah, so they're moving the stocking up, and that's because there were some when Sean was up there. He didn't catch any brown trout, did he? He caught 3 or 4 rainbows.
Yeah.
And that is unheard of in July to catch rainbow. Well, it was
Oh,
June, I guess, up behind camp. I mean, you do it in the springtime early, but they're usually gone one way or the other by the end of June, and they were still there.
Yeah.
And they were even farther up. He caught one up in the meadow pool, way up by the Amish farm.
Where other John lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The palomino, though, I don't think he's gonna be long term though, because there is a juvenile bald eagle that
Couple
of them.
resides in our little home stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a couple of them.
That's definitely one of those. I do love like seeing that bald eagle, but I am sure he just has an absolute buffet up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the water was so clear.
Oh, yeah.
That is
For how much rain we were getting,
yeah.
you could see no issue.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, behind camp you can always see fairly well. There have been some times where you can't see at all.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't help with the cattle crossing up north, but upstream. But yeah, it was very nice and clear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I took the nephew up to Cool Spring a couple weeks ago, and it was right after the rain hit,
Uh-huh.
and it was surprisingly clear as well for this
Yeah.
time of year.
Someone told me that is actually a spring creek, or it has a spring that empties into it, because I guess it stays cooler than most other streams around here.
I thought that was what is that, Lake Latonka?
Yeah, it runs out of Lake Latonka, but
That's a
evidently there's some springs along the way that give a spring creek. Now, I can't say that for sure.
Yeah, but that's probably why it's named Cool Spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to invent a fishery. I've really been reading some articles about these small stock streams
Okay.
that don't get fished out. I mean, they may get 90% of the fish caught out of them, but the few that remain kind of become holdover trout, or at least survive until winter.
Okay.
What the pressure is zero. I mean, after May or even mid-June, no one fishes them. And I checked out 2 streams, and there hadn't been anybody on those streams since the grass has grown up.
Yeah.
And one creek looked really good, was much, much bigger than I thought it was. and it runs about 2.5 miles. I'm trying to figure out if the state can stock it higher than just at that bridge I was at, because that would be disappointing. But I actually thought that might be somewhere I could go during the week
Yeah, absolutely.
and go up instead of driving up to camp. And I was going to talk to the fish warden, the guy who stocks it, and just ask him some questions. How many fish do you think's actually left in that creek?
Right.
And you go up there, all by yourself. You might be fishing over 10% of what they stocked. But, if you catch half a dozen fish in a day, that'd be a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, for what the Fish and Boat Commission stocks around here, like a lot of those streams, I don't think they should be stocking trout in, like with Hickory Run and Deer Creek. Like, I get they're looking for water to stock fish, but I would like to see a little bit better management.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're all a lot of what you're naming's put and take.
They're put and take.
Absolutely. But if we can divert, good Lord, you throw a rock around here, you can hit a stream.
Oh, yeah.
We should be able to diversify a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd rather see more fish over more streams than more fish, less streams.
Yeah, and a full of streams.
Yeah.
No, we get your point.
Yeah.
Well, I know Neshannock Creek, that's... You look at anybody's list of the top 30 streams in Pennsylvania, and Neshannock always makes it.
Yeah. I don't know how.
They're 28th, 29th, but they're always on that list of 30 streams.
It's a very heavily stocked stream is how it makes it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love fishing it, but like
Well, the fish, when Bob, not Bob Veltri and not the last guy, but Shuey, Bob Shuey, he told me one summer he doubted that a stock fish would survive in there through the summer. He said that the whole stream gets low, it gets warm, and he said people come in to buy flies, and he would say, "You're not going to fish today, are you?" And people would say, "Well, yeah, that's why I'm here. I drove from Akron, I drove from Cleveland."
Oh, wow.
And he said, "Well, you're going to kill any fish you catch," and he said, "You'll be damn lucky to find any fish."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a guy who's making his living off the creek. So,
absolutely.
But that's kind of what I'm worried about in these little streams. But again, I'm counting on not much pressure and just some fish that are left over. I mean, the one stream, one year, I was looking for more water on the Neshannock Creek, and I drove up and saw this stream, and I thought, well, here's the headwaters of the Neshannock Creek. And I was in there fishing, and some guy said, "Oh, no, this is such and such a stream." And I caught fish.
Yeah.
So I went up 3 or 4 more times and caught fish until it was probably early fall, and I went up there, and there were 4 or 5 guys up there fishing. And I thought they must have stocked again, but they did not.
Yeah.
But these guys evidently knew that there were leftover fish, and they were up there, and unfortunately they were catching them all and keeping them.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But again, it's a put and take stream, and
right.
But I'm sure some even survived then, and hopefully this one stream is much bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, they might have some holdover fish up here. Again, I might be trying to invent a fishery that's not there, but I'm interested in that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Can't hurt to try. That's for
sure.
Yeah, and during the break, I'm really interested to know where it is. So
okay, sure.
Keep it secret on here so you can have your fishing spot.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's why. But there's 2 streams, and then there's a third stream they used to stock, but they haven't stocked it in 20 years.
Yeah.
And those streams always, raise my interest because any leftovers, holdovers, do they mate? Do they, does the population grow?
Yeah.
And they're close. I mean, you don't have to drive, for me, 3 hours to camp to find fishable water, I hope.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the other, I don't want to say gripes, but hard things that I have taken my nephew fishing is like there's only a couple streams around that can actually take him where he can wade. And
sure, yeah.
I got no problem beating feet and walking miles.
Well, see, I can't really walk a long way, and I can't really wade, but these streams give me some options because they're not very big.
Right.
And I was talking to my buddy Jim on just Sunday night, and Jim, who walks 6-7 miles every morning, hasn't walked in a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
His knees are bothering him.
Yeah.
And he hasn't fished in a couple of months because he's afraid of getting in the water,
mm-hmm.
slipping and going kerplunk, and he fishes by himself now that I haven't gone with him. So he hasn't gone fishing either.
Right.
And so we're talking about maybe getting together and fishing some smaller Class A streams and just walking along the bank instead of really full wading.
Absolutely.
Well,
Why not?
You better get in shape.
Oh, I know, because you have to walk there, whether
Yeah.
uneven ground, but you got to walk to cover the miles.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely a goal to put forward to.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, want to take a quick break and come back and talk about what are we talking about tonight, Matt?
Smallmouth bass.
Yeah, getting a little warmer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep, getting a little warmer to chase our ideal species. So if you want to go fishing, you got to learn to diversify, and that's what we'll kind of give you the intro crash course on smallmouth bass.
Yeah, protect your neck.
Yep. All right, we'll see you guys in a few.
And welcome back to Dangerous Fly Fishing, episode 84. I'm Chris Cooper. That's Jim Carney.
Hello, folks.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Good. Also, Matt. I almost called you Matt Lyskoka. Holy.
That'd have been
Matt
wrong.
Carney and Ross Lyskoka.
That would have been very wrong.
There's so many
Vowels.
names. And,
Yeah.
A lot of vowels.
There's 4 of us here.
Yeah, because you have 4 vowels in your last name, and I have 3 and sometimes Y.
Yeah, exactly.
NW.
No, W
It's
is
from
not
a.
vowel.
It's from a thing.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
See, I don't know
totally
what he's
that.
referencing.
Totally that.
Oh, you don't remember Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah, I remember Schoolhouse
Okay.
Rock, but
I
I
only
didn't
remember
think
the-
that's what that was from.
I only remember the Bill song.
Oh yeah.
They call me Bill. Yeah, he was on the stairs.
Capitol Hill.
Yeah. Oh boy. Anyway, we're going to talk about some bass fishing, maybe a little other fishes as well, but we're going to stick with smallmouth bass, I believe, today.
Yeah, mainly just the bass. We'll get to the other fish maybe next week.
Okay.
Well, it made me think of it. I attempted to go fishing Sunday. I should rephrase that. I did go fishing Sunday.
You attempted to catch fish.
I attempted to go muskie fishing, but then when I got up there and stuck a thermometer in the water, I opted not to.
A little warm.
It was 76 degrees.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
Nice.
So, fortunately, I had the Foresight 2-pack bass flies. I did not have the Foresight 2-pack my 8-weight, though, so it was really awkward casting little bass flies with a 12-weight.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it not recommended. We'll get that out of the way right away. 12-weight is a little overkill for casting bass flies.
Makes sense.
Not a great presentation.
No, more of a forced landing, if you will.
Yeah, not a great presentation. I mean, it felt like $1 million casting the thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
But not a great finish.
I feel like bass like the chaos sometimes, though.
Yeah.
When they're like on edge, when they're super hungry, like they're just like, a lot of noise just happened.
Well, it actually almost felt like I'd cast the bass fly and like it would hit the finish of it, and then because the line was so heavy, it literally like would recoil the fly back.
Oh.
Okay.
So then you have to strip in like 5 feet of line before you move the fly. So it was not a great experience.
Yeah, you get all that slack crashing down
Yeah.
instead of.
It would have been even cooler if you would have said like when the fly landed and the line continued to go, and then when it stopped, it made the fly further, like a second time, like a D
yeah.
loop, cast
I did
on its own.
Yeah,
That'd be
second
cool.
mid D loop.
Yeah.
Did not have that. But thankfully I was still in the game. But yeah, I did not catch any fish.
Yeah.
How'd Pete do? Is
He did not catch any fish.
he wasn't fly fishing, though, was he?
No, he keeps bringing his 8. He
Thinner.
keeps bringing his 8-weight and then just never uses it.
Yeah.
Pete.
I feel like is he having a hard time
Yes.
learning?
He has had some professional instruction, supposedly, told me.
Yeah, he
Out in
said
Colorado.
He said he took lessons out in Colorado, and then he came to camp and asked me for advice or whatever, and then I immediately pissed him off and he quit. And then he tried again later that day, I think. And
Checks out.
my dad was giving
Yeah.
him some advice, and then he got pissed off and quit again.
Because I remember not this past Metapalooza, but the Metapalooza before, so 2 ago now, he had fly fishing stuff with him up at trout camp.
Yeah.
Well, he has fly fishing stuff in his car all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was surprised when you just said that.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw him actually fly fish was 2 years ago when Jesse Moore came up to camp and Pete was kind of showing him his fly fishing gear.
No.
And
He does not understand physics, is what I finally figured out after watching him.
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's a hard thing for beginners to get into the rhythm.
Yeah.
I guess is the way to put it.
Well, he kept trying to throw. He'd have 40 feet of line out, and he would try to pick that 40 feet of line up and throw it out again.
Like one fail swoop.
Yeah, my, I don't know, call it a diagnosis, but what you're saying rings true. It's like you have the mechanics of it right.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to do a little bit less work,
Right.
and it'll.
Well,
Yeah.
you need to let the rod work, and and he was trying to make his arm work the rod, and that just didn't work out.
Well, in fairness, he does see us fish, and we do amazing things with fly rods.
Yeah. Well,
We might put a little peer pressure on him.
yeah. To be fair to him,
To be fair,
John Mickness, he knows some doctors from Washington D.C., and they come up to his camp every year.
Oh wow.
And these two guys, they were the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to throw 40, 50 feet of line in one toss. And I told a guy, I was standing on the bridge below camp, and this guy was below the bridge. And you know, he's dressed thousands of dollars worth of equipment, but he couldn't cast. And I was trying to point out to him, and he seemed kind of irritated. But then when he walked up to camp, and I was sitting up there drinking a cup of coffee, he kind of realized that, oh, this guy lives here.
He might know what he's talking about.
there's a chance this guy might know.
Yeah.
Maybe some experience.
Were you drinking the cup of coffee with the Yeti mug with the fly on it
No, I was.
to sell it further?
I had the big mug with the fish on
Oh,
it. Yeah,
okay.
size.
Close enough.
Yeah.
So,
You could see it from further away, actually.
but yeah, went and floated the Allegheny River.
It's always a good time.
Fun little adventure on the way up. I was in between Franklin and Oil City, and suddenly there was a vehicle on fire on the side of the road.
Oh, wow.
The guy whose truck it was kind of flagged me down, and he was just talking to me. I think he was afraid of driving past because as he's sitting there talking to me, all of a sudden there's little explosions happening in his car. And apparently his had a firearm and maybe some ammunition in there, and the rounds were cooking off.
Oh, my word.
So
That'll do it.
there were little bits of plastic flying out everywhere on occasion, and then
Wouldn't he try to put it out or anything? Or where was the fire at?
it was in the cab, so he basically pulled over and got the heck out of it.
Oh, wow.
Because I mean, all the carpet, I know for sure burns really well
Yeah.
and fast.
Yeah.
Well, cars are really flame retardant up to a certain point,
Yeah.
and once you get past that point, it's just an inferno.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if the fire's outside, the inside's where it's protected. But if the fire's inside, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Let's get the heck out of Dodge. But so that was a fun, exciting. But we got up there, found out the water was 76, so switched gears from muskie to smallmouth bass. And I thought since the waters are getting warmer, we should start talking about warm water species that you can chase with on the fly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, species that are more durable.
Yeah, they just live and thrive in a different water temperature.
In my opinion, more durable.
Oh yeah,
Because smallmouth bass are considered a warm water species.
Yep.
yeah. I don't think it's possible to kill a smallmouth bass.
Exactly.
They're pretty durable. I mean, you see all them southern boys like doing the bass flip on them.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Southern boys, you mean you?
Where do you think I got it from?
Fair enough.
You talking about when he threw a largemouth at me?
It was a smallmouth.
It was a smallmouth. I wasn't
First
there.
one was a largemouth at the quarry.
Smallmouth.
That was a largemouth.
Okay.
Quarry only has largemouth.
I don't know.
Yeah, largemouth.
They're very small. Large
They're
mouth.
very-
They're very small,
Oh, yeah.
largemouth, but they're
are
largemouth.
bass, yeah.
Yeah, they're the babies. So, fun factoid, smallmouth bass are not actually bass.
Really?
I don't believe you.
True story. They're the second largest sunfish.
What is the largest?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't that curious.
I mean,
Checks out.
is it like a grouper?
Yeah, I mean, that's what...
Oh,
How they categorize these fish, I'll never understand.
yeah.
Yeah, they look nothing like a sunfish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you actually think about it, I mean, they kind of look like a different colored
No, they kind of look like a bass.
Yeah.
Oh,
An awful
they
lot
kinda
like a
look-
bass.
But they
yeah.
look more. They look more like a perch than they do a largemouth.
No, no, I don't think so at all.
I think so. So when I read that, I was like, "Oh, that totally makes sense," because I can kind of see the perch.
No, maybe a perch, but no.
Wow, yeah.
What's the first though?
Wow, largemouth and smallmouth bass are members of the sunfish family.
So apparently, the largemouth.
All right,
must be the
so
largest.
so
Yeah,
you're
there you go.
you're quasi wrong here because you're saying a smallmouth bass isn't a bass,
it's not a
but
bass.
neither is a largemouth bass.
Right.
So what's a bass?
A striped bass.
sea bass,
Yeah.
There's striped bass at Moraine.
No, they're swipers.
stripers.
Whiters.
Swipers.
Swipers.
They're part striped bass and they're part white bass, so they're called swipers.
Oh, it's a hybrid.
Yeah.
What's a striper then?
A very large fish that typically lives out in the ocean.
Yeah, that's an ocean fish.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's officially called a wiper
Yeah.
bass,
Mm-hmm.
not
Oh,
a swiper.
okay.
Well, it's
Swiper,
I like
no
swiper
swiping.
better.
Swiper, no swiping.
it's also commonly referred to as a swiper. But whoever named the fish apparently named it a wiper, which I don't like
That's
that.
what I've always heard them called.
I like swipers better.
So do I, because it's got the striped and the W for the white
Yeah.
all in one shot. Swiper.
Yeah.
I like that better. That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Dear Internet, change
Checks
the
out.
name.
Well, I learned something new today.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So,
I still don't agree that largemouth bass and smallmouth bass aren't bass. I just disagree.
scientists say no.
Change the name.
What do scientists know?
We can petition them.
They like to change things, like Pluto, not a planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about really messing with people's worlds.
Stupid.
Another fun factoid, smallmouth bass can live up to 26 years.
That
Oh,
makes sense.
Although,
I mean, yeah.
Though typically they only live 6 to 12.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Due to fishermen, pike,
the stream
muskie,
environment,
catfish,
like that,
Yeah.
you know, big predators, but they can live up to 26 years.
That's interesting. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Another fun factoid, the male is the parent. Meaning the woman does the drop, the man inseminates it, and then the man guards the nest.
Right. Yep. I knew that.
I feel like that's common.
It is
more
very common
common
in
in
fish.
Yeah.
of any kind.
But females can lay up to 21,000 eggs.
Wow.
And apparently while the
How
male...
many?
21,000. In
Like
a spawn.
in one go?
In a spawn, yeah.
Yeah. I
Really-
didn't know that.
Really putting out. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, that's nature. They need a lot of eggs to keep
I
the
guess,
species rolling.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause turns out they're easy prey when they're little.
Yeah. Or not more.
The other thing I was unaware of is they build the little nest. The male kind of protects it from predators, but the male also flicks his tail around to put make sure oxygenated water gets down into the nest.
Oh, okay.
So he literally does all the parenting, making
Yeah.
sure they get food, protecting them, giving them shelter. He does it all.
Don't
How
salmon
about
do
that?
that too? I could be wrong on that. I'm probably wrong on that. Ignore me.
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't think trout don't really guard their reds.
The salmon.
Oh, no. The females guard
Do
their
they?
reds, Yeah.
Well, they do a terrible job if we have to have "Don't step on red" stickers.
Well,
That's not the
what's
fish's
the
fault.
trout going to do? Grab your leg and
Absolutely.
Barrel roll.
On a side note of trout grabbing your leg, I saw somewhere that there's an incident report about muskie attacks on people.
Good.
We
kinda-
talked about this in the past.
I kind of want to dive into that further, but no, like we talked about it in the past, but then I suddenly saw this like link for it, and I didn't follow it because I thought it might be a scam. But
Makes sense.
spawning typically happens around 62 to 65 degrees, so kind of a warm water species. You know, everybody else starts like 40s, 50s.
what months do we talk about here?
It would be probably like May.
Okay.
So yeah, May mainly is
Okay.
based in PA, probably around May, based on
Yeah,
our-
I would assume the cutoff would be early June.
yeah, probably at the latest early June.
Just because of temperatures, obviously.
Yeah, they prefer to spawn in shallow flats. So you know, generally it's a good practice to leave fish alone while they're getting jiggy with it.
Yeah. It's nice.
But the pre-spawn, great time to target smallmouth bass. Good opportunity to find large bass because you know they kind of much like the fall, getting geared up for winter.
Yeah.
They like to get geared up for you know getting jiggy with it. So
Yep. And they guard the nest, so
well, you want to leave them alone while they're spawning.
absolutely.
But
That's why I ask, because the season starts mid-June, right?
yeah.
yeah. So, but what I'm saying is the pre-spawn's a great time to target because the fish are extra aggressive, trying to build up the calorie and stuff to do the whole spawning thing.
Yep.
So it's a good time to get the larger fish. That being said, they spawn in the shallows, but they come up out of the deep. So looking at transition points from you know like a shallow into a steep bank
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
drop is a good place to fish pre-spawn because they start moving up to get ready to spawn.
Honestly, it's a good time to fish for larger predatory fish around transition points.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're never wrong fishing
Right.
around there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just you know in some bodies of water, the smallmouth smallmouth
Yeah, right.
bass may be the top of the food chain.
Right.
Other situations, you know, they may hold back because the muskie said, "Hey, cool, I'm just going to wait up here and eat you when you go to spawn."
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's basically same thing. Look for the transition points, the drop offs.
Yeah.
In the summer, the smallmouth become more structure oriented. They tend to like the current a little bit, so like fish your little foam bubble lines that you noted. Obviously, round riffles are generally good because lots of oxygenated water. And then much like every other predatory fish, they're going to like structure, down trees, big rocks, etc.
Ambush points.
Yeah, because they're not wholly as ambushy as like a muskie or a pike, but they're generally going to not want to expend much energy. So if possible, they're going to, same thing, find ambush points and ambush, but being smaller, they have a tendency to get pushed out of those points by larger fish.
Yeah. I will say in lakes too, like structure is the only places I've ever caught bass. Like I've never caught a bass even when I was on the dark side and when conventional fish as a little kid. Like my uncles and everything would always try to catch crappie,
Oh,
fish.
sure, yeah.
But like never caught one in open water. As soon as we get closer to shore, closer to a bank or anything, that's when I'd start hitting them.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably because you were fishing mainly in the summer, I would assume.
Yeah.
And they tend to be shallower.
Yeah. It checks out. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all adding up.
I mean, I can't say I've experienced it since I've started fly fishing because I wasn't so much into musky fishing before as I am now. I was bass fishing with 8-weight, and I was on Lake Arthur. I was, anywhere you could basically catch a bass in that water at least. And I mean, especially in the ice. I mean, geez Louise.
We caught some tanks through the ice.
Caught so many tanks through the ice this past season in 2 days, let alone like a whole ice fishing season that we might normally have. But man, we slayed them.
Oh yeah, you guys did. I mean,
yeah.
For me to get like more than half a dozen fish pictures, you guys are doing pretty good on ice fishing.
Yeah.
That was 2 days though, because we fished 2 days and then we didn't fish the rest of the season.
Yeah, we just went 2 days, like literally Saturday, then Sunday, and then the rest of the season was toast.
Yeah.
Well, the fishing was good. I just couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Well, that and the weather was super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a weird weather year.
It has.
Yeah.
Thanks, Al Gore. Inventing global warming.
I know, right? Best time to fish for smallies is the hours around dawn and dusk, much like every other predatory fish.
Yeah.
Kind of gives them an advantage, the low light stuff. In the fall, smallmouth kind of start transitioning back to any deeper available water. So like if you're fishing a river or a creek, you're going to want to look for your bigger holes. In a lake, same thing, look on the deep side of the transitions. They are most active in 60 to 75 degree water.
Makes sense.
Kind of makes them your ideal summertime fishing
Absolutely,
target.
yeah.
For show.
Because basically much and largemouth are basically the same range themselves. So summertime's a great time to switch over to the bass and start chasing them that way.
Yeah, like so right now is ideal because we're getting low 80s for a high, or mid 80s for a high, and low 90s. So anywhere between there. So our water's definitely upper 70s, I'd say.
Yeah, like I said, Allegheny River was 76 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I can't even imagine what Lake Arthur would be around here right now.
Soup.
Yeah, actually, like bath water.
Yeah.
Especially around the shallows. I mean, you'd have to go deep.
Yeah, and that's another thing I don't understand. And this is not even fishing related, so I'm sorry. But why do people have pool heaters for their house pool?
Really good salesman.
And comfort.
Because I went to a family friend's house. His pool heater wasn't working correctly. Easy fix, by the way. Anyway, he would set it to like 83, 85 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't want to take a bath right now.
It's unbearable.
I'd like to just get in the pool. Like when I jump into a pool, I want it to be cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not.
Most people don't leave it that way, though.
No, I know. And
Well,
They
it
make
blows
it
my
80
mind.
plus degrees.
Well, I mean, it's a function of your body temperature versus air temperature and how you feel the water. I mean, on an 87 degree day, 80 degree water is going to feel cool because A, it's cooler than your skin,
Yeah.
Sure.
and B, it's cooler than the air.
True, but
But-
I want to get that, not quite a chill, but like refreshed.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, over the weekend of the 4th of July, we went to this person's house and swam. Pool heater was off. The pool was 93.
Jeez,
93.
that's
It wasn't even that warm outside. but it because of the sitting in the sun and the liner thing.
Well, yeah, the solar cover.
Just all the things, and it's like this is warmer than it is outside
Yeah.
right now.
Pretty much.
What's the point?
End up
What?
like Whitney Houston.
I think that takes a little more than just warm pool water, buddy.
Cannot confirm.
But I mean, it's just like I can So I briefly had a pool, and I did not have a heater, and there would be times where I kind of wish I had a heater
Yeah.
because like I'd go play baseball, and then like Tim and I'd come back and basically go for a swim, and like the pool would be in like the I don't know low 70s, upper 60s, and
Oh, it's perfect.
that's
Yeah.
it gets kind of chilly after
Yeah.
a while though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the point. If you want it to be warm, get a hot tub.
Well, that's the totally different scenario
Why?
because a hot tub is way warmer than the human body.
Doesn't have to be. You can put it to 102.
I don't know. I've never.
No,
I don't like.
I'm telling you, it's. Not
I
a
don't like
question.
hot tubs.
Not a
I don't like
question.
hot tubs, so I don't mess with those things.
Mm.
Yeah. People's soup. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Exactly.
Whitney Houston. Oh God.
Back to bass.
Makes it really hard to determine
Or back to
time of death
back
in
to
the hot tub, 'cause
smallmouth panfish. Apparently, Jesus Christ.
much like the ribs and the brisket. Like you keep running at that temperature for a while, the meat starts falling off the bones.
I'm sure she was tender.
Didn't Matthew Perry die in a hot tub too?
I
did.
think that was the Quaaludes.
Well, yeah, but he
He
died
did
in
die.
the hot tub.
He did die in a hot tub,
makes sense.
allegedly, but that's what was reported.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like although I don't think he was in it that long, but yeah, same thing.
Long enough for it to count.
Yeah.
Gross. So I was going to save this for the third section. But
Yeah. Do you want to do another
We-
quick break and come
we-
back?
yeah,
We
we'll
can,
do that.
A little short.
Go over
little
gear.
shorty.
We'll go over gear and flies and stuff when we get back. Now that we
Yeah.
got the science of the second largest sunfish out of the way,
Yeah.
So I still want to know what the largest one is.
largemouth bass.
I'll Google it.
Oh yeah, we did. We did say it was
did-
largemouth.
Yeah, I thought
huh?
we did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
I forgot because it doesn't make any sense.
I know. All right, we'll see you guys in a few.
Hey, welcome back to Dangerous Fly Fishing, episode 84. I'm Chris Cooper. That's Jim Carney. How are you, sir?
Doing well, thanks.
Fly box is awesome.
Yep.
Ross
I
did a
like
great
it.
job.
Yep.
Also in studio, Ross Lyskoka, as well as Matt Carney. How are you, sir?
Happy you like the fly box.
It is nice. You did a good job.
Yep.
Well, I'm annoyed
I had to brush
Oh,
it out.
no.
Why are you annoyed?
because it turns out Ford changes just enough stuff between model years that you have to buy all new crap like seat covers, floor
yeah.
protectors, etc.
Ford will do that to you.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure all the auto manufacturers do it, but
Everybody nowadays.
yeah.
Planned obsolescence is the
Yep.
thing.
But yeah, it's annoying. So I had to retire temporarily retire the white F350.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw a new fuel pump in it. My fuel pump went and kind of trashed my fuel system. So I had to buy a new truck, and same exact truck, just newer aluminum. And
Ford F-1800.
I don't know what it says, but we have two dead vehicles in our driveway, both
Graveyard.
Fords.
Yeah, it happens.
in fairness, my dead vehicle has 400,000 miles, and it's currently on life support.
My car has 120,000 miles on it, which isn't even broken in my history.
Yeah.
And it's,
Your car, to be fair,
To be fair.
is a piece of shit.
Yeah, well,
The Ford.
yeah, the Ford.
Not your new one. Your new
Yeah.
one's nice. I like your new
yeah. It's very nice. Pathfinder?
one.
Yeah,
Nissan.
Yeah,
Nissan.
Nissan Pathfinder.
He got the off-road
Yeah,
fancy
it's very
pack.
nice.
Fancy
Rock
pack,
Creek,
though. That's
yeah.
really nice.
No, those escapes had
Those were
some substantial transmission issues.
That's not even what the problem is. There's some kind of weird coolant thing with it.
Yeah.
The coolant light keeps going off.
That was the other thing.
Yeah.
And so he kind of, in fairness to that car, though, too, you kind of had two cars at the time. And
Could only drive one at a time.
I know, but
Yeah.
that one did a lot of sitting, and sitting is
Yeah.
bad for vehicles,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but still.
especially in the Rust Belt, as it were.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You know what? I've been thinking about making a business proposition, and I'm comfortable saying it on here because I don't think anybody would take this idea. Maybe the one guy, actually. The one that made the coasters and stuff for us, or his daughter. I've been thinking of, you know how people have the Salt Life stickers on the back?
Yeah.
uh-huh.
I've been thinking about making Salt Belt Life stickers. Because there's so many people here that have Salt Life stickers. It's like, you live in Ohio
Yeah.
Well,
or Pennsylvania. And it's like, no, not Salt Life. You live here.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right,
you're
wrong.
I will
Wrong
say
salt.
I have started to see Lake Life stickers now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
I
get
think mine's more fun.
I like yours better.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, definitely funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe we'll do that sticker next.
Well, that's one high note of now my truck is aluminum, so it should not rust.
Pronounced aluminium.
Yeah,
No.
I have an Aluma duty.
It's not.
FIFA season.
No, aluminum is from Alcoa in Pittsburgh, at least the modern metal. It's aluminum. The British are trying to steal it, and they're wrong.
The British are coming.
And they left twice.
Ah.
Yeah, their best plane in World War II was made out of wood.
I'll argue that later.
Smart.
All right, their
Smart.
fastest plane in World War II was made out of wood.
Yes.
Okay.
And least radar
That's
responsive.
embarrassing.
No, it's actually like when you look into the engineering behind it, basically the guy made it out of wood so it would be less of a radar silhouette. And also the metal back then wasn't as strong, so he shaved off a couple 100 pounds. So he basically filled it up with engine and bombs, and it was pretty awesome. The
Those are
Mosquito-
actually both myths.
no, they're not.
The Mosquito was made out of wood because they
Yeah.
had shortages of metal.
That was one of the reasons they accepted the design.
Yeah, but yeah, basically that's why it became a thing is they were spending all their metal on Spitfires.
And then we had Mustangs.
Yeah, P-51s later in the war.
And then Super Mustangs.
No, the whole reason the Mosquito was made out of wood was because the engineer who built it literally like outperformed every metal plane, and the British higher ups actually said, "Well, we can use metal for other things, so let's just use this." Turns out it was extremely effective.
In its tiny little niche market.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But hey, it works. Anyway, speaking of
I like fun
Niche
little
markets.
things like that.
speaking of niche markets, fly fishing podcast, we should get back to that.
yeah, absolutely.
Salt Belt Life stickers coming soon.
Yeah, and the fun new dangerous sticker.
Oh yeah, I'm
yeah.
excited for those.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about that yet.
Oops.
That's okay. Little teaser.
Yeah.
Or did you order them yet?
I have not. I'm
Okay.
going to order them now. It kind of the beast reminded me, so now I'm going to order that.
Oh, yeah, because we have
We'll still
other
plenty of
things to
time.
order. For
Yeah,
this.
I'm going to order our super special team stuff.
Team Beast East.
Yeah.
Team
Yeah.
Duck Danger.
Actually, we're just dangerous fly fishing this year.
Both teams?
Yep.
One and two.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's team dangerous fly fishing team 6 and dangerous fly fishing team
All right, so
9.
this is fishing related. I
Just
think, since we know what teams,
Yeah.
right? You have, Matt, you have your raft. You and Nick, you have your raft. Ross, we need a watercraft.
I've been looking
Me too.
hard.
It's also the
Me too.
pontoon boat.
There is, but I don't.
But that doesn't go down the lake. River.
Well, it does
It goes
the lake
on the
very
lake,
well.
not the river.
We could get it
Makes
down
me
the
sad.
river. It might only make one trip. We
Yeah.
can get it there.
A lot of it will have to do with flow too.
Yeah, true.
I've been looking really, really hard, and I can't find anything worth buying. Like, not even a little bit.
That's been my heartache for the past however many months. Is like I'm okay with paying low amounts for a boat that is like actually needs restored because I can weld aluminum. You can weld aluminum.
Yeah.
That's so much better with mechanics now. Or like buying a new boat that is reasonably priced. However, it's the 90% market and the 90% solution works for everybody else, except I want the other 10% of the stuff, i.e.
Yeah.
a bigger engine and not a bunch of stupid portholes for bass fishing gear.
Well, I mean,
Agreed.
my biggest thing about buying a used boat is I'm kind of afraid of the nightmare we had on our pontoon boat,
Yeah.
where we buy the pontoon boat and then suddenly after 2 trips to the lake we have to buy a new motor.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, I just bought this awesome jet boat. I got a good price on it. I can, it's cheap enough. I don't care if I mess it up trying to do my custom stuff.
Yeah.
Then you find out, oops, it's now $12,000 for a new motor.
Turns out that 2-stroke is dead.
Yeah.
I hate
That is
And then the trolling motor goes like the same month.
Yeah.
that is a big problem though with these boats. Like, not so much inflatables and stuff, but they all cater towards traditional spin fishing.
Yeah.
It's a
And
bigger
not-
market.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong, but it's like,
Except for
is,
rafts.
is there a company that's out there that makes a boat not catered to a specific fly or
You-
spin fish like that we could adapt and add things to.
there is, well, Pennsylvania company, Rockproof Boats will make you whatever you want.
All right, let's call them.
Yeah,
So
but
we'll-
they're like $600.
Let's just call them. I got a credit card. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey, you want to sponsor us?
Yeah, and that
But no, the other thing,
knock like 60 grand off.
yeah, be great advertising watching us ramp over rapids.
Be on YouTube.
Yeah, but the other option is finding like a lot of like Army Corps engineers just have, instead of the John boats with like the seats in the middle, they basically have an open bow or an open hull, open deck, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it. And it's just a work boat, and that would be the easiest to modify. However, everybody that has them charges an arm and a leg for them, and
Yeah.
they're not paying that.
Well, then the other thing you run into is apparently bow fishing was way more popular than I ever realized, because like every freaking jet boat for sale, like on Facebook Marketplace, Boat Trader, whatever, they all have the freaking bow fishing platform, like an extra elevated platform
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like 40 million spotlights,
So stupid.
and they want a premium for their bow fishing attachment. It's like, well, I don't want a bow fish, so that's basically a waste of money to me.
Yeah. How about I buy the boat, you take the rest of the stuff and sell it separately?
They won't.
They won't.
I've messaged a lot of people,
Yeah, because it's basically all that shit's custom fit to their boat.
and they
Yeah.
can't sell it anywhere else because bow fishing is a stupid hobby. It sounds fun. Like
Let's
once.
just get a screen door and a couple pieces of metal and some Flex Seal.
Yeah, they
Done.
What was that guy's name? I
Bob.
can't remember. No, he like flex sealed a screen
Slap
door
chop.
at the bottom of a boat. And
Oh.
it was amazing. Not slap chop. That was a different guy.
I will say there is a little aluminum John boat out there. Got a pretty flat hull.
That I'm not against that if need be. I'd rather have a full flat bottom.
Well, I was actually thinking about buying a canoe because those freaking canoes you can stick a higher horsepower motor on than my raft.
You want to go to the Beast of the East in a canoe?
Not a canoe. It's a square back.
It's a square back.
That's
It's
not
ba-
a canoe.
Well, it is a canoe.
It's technically a canoe, but it's not. It's more of a. I'd call it a skiff. Either way, it's
I
a
like
thing.
that better.
But it's basically
Terminal.
what you could do is it's like 15 feet long, which basically makes it the same size as a raft. The middle width is like the same as a raft. You can put, I think, up to a 5 horsepower motor on the back. And then if you were worried about stability issues, they sell a ton of outriggers for canoes. So like literally if, you know, fish front and back, stick small outriggers in the middle and friggin' that thing will be almost untippable.
I will say the square back canoes have been popular since like I don't know, the 60s.
Yeah.
Like that was a lot of the northern gear guys or guides would
Yeah.
get those because they needed to haul a bunch of stuff, and they didn't invent like rafts or John boats pretty much yet.
Well, I mean, it still hauls more stuff than a raft does.
Yeah, it's been a thing for years, so there's a lot more aftermarket accessories, but
I feel like you and I, Russ, won't need as much space though on our boat/raft.
we need room for engine. That's it.
Yeah. Versus like 4 Yeti boxes, turtle box that you're not going to use because you don't listen to music.
On another side, that box that's there for emergency purposes, I actually needed this weekend.
Oh no, I'm not
that
talking
one.
about you. I wasn't talking about you.
Wait,
I was. Yes, I was.
because I had a seam bust open in the floor.
Oh boy.
again.
So I may be shopping for a new watercraft for the Beast also.
I'm going to call in a favor, I think. We're going to borrow a raft.
Yeah,
I got a couple people.
I'll just buy a boat.
I got a couple people.
The great rule.
And if we pop it, we can pay them for it.
No,
I wouldn't want to do that either.
aluminum boat, small block Chevy.
All right, dude. A small block Chevy?
Actually, my current thought is the old the cockroach motors, 3.6 Buicks.
Yeah.
that like just don't need coolant or oil and will just run forever because they're possibly the greatest engine GM ever put out. But they cranked like 600 horses out of those things in the Buick Grand Nationals. You need a lot of boost,
Yeah.
but they were doing it in the 80s, so I'm interested. Either way, so if you want to bass fish,
Boost in a can.
Yeah. Ross, what is the ideal setup for bass fishing?
well, I'm going to disagree with these notes.
Okay.
So the ideal rod, theoretically, is a 9'7" weight. I prefer a 9'8".
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with you too.
Or a 10-foot.
Yeah.
Just because I have one.
Yeah, I actually, especially after building that 10-foot 6,
Oh, yeah.
I do like the 10-foot rods, at
Yeah.
least for the trout fishing that I've done with it. That extra foot of like reach to get a good drift and not have to like mend all the time, I didn't think it would be that much of a difference. Turns out it is.
Yeah.
I can see why it's a thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
And like especially on Pennsylvania rivers, they're not as big.
Mhm.
But like I could see out west why a lot of those guys are using a little heavier weight and a little longer rod. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Either way. So the ideal rod is probably a 7 or 9 foot 7 or 8 weight.
Yeah, I think it mainly it depends on which camp you fall into.
Yeah.
Unless you're a weirdo like me who has a 5 weight, a 3 weight, and then an 8, 10, 12.
Right.
Huh.
But I will say the 8 is going to let you handle bigger species because a lot of times when we'll go bass fishing, we'll snag catfish, those wipers or stripers, swipers, whatever you want to call them.
Snipers.
They're larger fish, and while you could do it with a 7 weight, I prefer to wrestle the fish in instead of fight them in and just drag them. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you get a little bit more of a diversity in species when you go to that 8 weight.
I mean, plus, a lot of
Agreed.
times you're fishing for smallmouth. Like there's, like you said, there's swipers. There's also pike and muskie out there.
Yeah.
You're going to need the rod to corral that thing if you hook it, especially if you're, targeting smallmouth because the water's too hot and suddenly you caught a muskie.
Yeah.
So you want the backbone to get that sucker in as fast as you can.
So when you bring up a potential to catch any like smaller muskie or pike or pickerel, I don't know, you're just bass fishing, right? Whether it be a smallmouth or a largemouth panfish, are you putting bite wire on?
Not typically with an 8, at least for me.
It depends.
If I get bit
Explain.
off, like
Yeah.
if we're fishing somewhere and we get bit off, it's like, oh, that was a pike or a like toothy critter.
Yeah.
There's always some bite wire in the bass bag,
Yes.
but I don't typically rig up with a bite wire leader.
Your intentions are not to catch a toothy critter.
Right.
No.
I mean, like I said, it depends for me where I'm fishing. Like if I'm fishing a lake, I'm probably not putting bite wire on. But if I'm fishing like a river that has both species, I may put it on.
Okay.
Plus, with at least smallmouth and largemouth, like they are not nearly as afraid of the bite wire as trout would be if I ever fished for.
Of course.
With that, like they are definitely an action kind of fish. They're not really worried about a little bit of wire on the front of it.
That and presentation.
Yeah, you can be a lot less delicate and precise with
Yeah.
smallmouth and largemouth. You can definitely get away with throwing bite wire on there.
I mean, I think especially like in rivers and creeks around here, because there's always a tinge to it. So the likelihood of them really seeing your bite wires a little lower than maybe stripping it across a crystal clear lake. But yeah, I mean, I've caught a ton of smallmouth and even largemouth with bite wire on.
See, I'm actually the opposite of that, Matt. I don't think I've had as much success fishing for bass, either species, with bite wire. I've actually had more success, great success, with not bite wire.
Yeah, it would make sense.
The largest 2 bass I've caught, the largest smallmouth and the largest largemouth I've caught, both were muskie fishing, and they took my muskie fly.
Yeah,
Okay.
which, I mean, at that big, they're going to eat it regardless. I will say if you're fishing in like the shallows around lily pads, stuff like that, I have noticed a difference where the bite wire just brings back a salad.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
all the knots out there, I think, tend to snag a little more.
Yeah, whereas like
Makes sense.
if you throw a mono or a fluoro leader on the end of it, I don't want to say it cuts through it, but it is definitely less grabby.
Probably does actually cut through it, though.
At some point, it probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less snag points, I think, is the answer there.
I will be fair about that area, though. When I'm around the lily pads and whatnot, I'm throwing something top water on.
Oh yeah.
Like I usually throw some type of frog pattern or some type of popper of some sort first, and then if I don't have success, I try a little bit different stuff.
Yeah.
But
And if you're
always-
throwing top water, you wouldn't even want to use a bite wire
Right.
because it's going to drag it down to some
Right.
extent.
even if not all the way, but yeah, to some extent, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even like if you're throwing a hair bug, like basically like the wire's going to constantly cause more and more water to get into the hair, and
Yeah.
the flotation of your hair bug is going to be less than if you weren't using a bite wire.
Yeah. To kind of continue on the gear, you definitely want a large arbor. I prefer a clutch drag to just like a click and pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use a click and pull. You're going to have a hell of a fight. It'll be fun. But if you want a little bit more control, you definitely want something with a smoother clutch drag to it.
Well, the high note is well, I shouldn't say the high note because I'd totally buy a click and pull in every size, but click and pulls are much harder to find in like once you leave the trout range.
Oh,
So
yeah. Well, there's
basically most reels you're going to be looking at in like the 7 weight, 8 weight and upward. They're basically all going to be disc drag type reels.
Yeah.
The main thing is you want to make sure that the your whatever reel you're buying has a smooth drag, because smallmouth are known for being one of the most voracious fighters of freshwater fish. They run, they jump, they bulldog and everything.
yeah.
So
Sure.
you want to make sure when they take their runs and stuff, you have a smooth action drag. There's no hiccups in it that could cause a temporary pause and they'll break off.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the first species I noticed that buying a higher quality reel made a difference in the fight.
Sure.
Like
At
with-
this point, it's not just a line holder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to an extent, it
It still is. You're just more likely to end up on the drag than you are with
Right.
like
Yeah.
muskie.
Right.
and when I got rid of the encounter reel that I had when I bought that 8 weight and stepped up to a hydros, like Matt's saying, there wasn't any of those weird hiccups in tension.
Yeah.
And I noticed I broke off a whole lot less fish after I got a disc drag reel
Yeah.
because it was like he's saying smooth and steady versus the plastic. Like it's gonna heat up, it's gonna cool down, do whatever, but you're going to break off less fish with a better drag system.
Makes
Is
sense.
The point I kind of want to make to it.
Yep. The most common fly line you're probably going to use smallmouth fishing is going to be a wade forward floating line.
Absolutely.
Excuse you.
Yeah.
Getting all
Bass
choked up over there.
bass lines tend to be they tend to have a very short, heavy taper, and they'll usually have like a name like Bass Bug or Titan, and basically that indicates it's a shorter, heavier taper than like your traditional trout line.
Right.
I mean, muskie lines have the same thing, a short, heavy taper to help turn those big flies over.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That being said, with bass, since you're looking at some lakes, some deep holes, maybe your articulated streamer doesn't have enough weight or whatever, so like you may end up needing to invest in like an intermediate or maybe even like a sink 4 or 5.
Yeah. At this point, I do have all three types of trout line per se. For my 8 weight, I have floating, intermediate, as well as a heavy sink. So
Yeah.
I will say if you're going to start bass fishing, it is not a bad idea to get a little bit heavier than an intermediate sink. I would skip the intermediate and go to like a sink 3 or 4 and a floating, just because you can always strip it back faster.
That's true.
that's
And
a good point.
With an intermediate, it's going to take you a half a day for it to get below 10 feet. Like,
Yeah.
whereas that 3 or 4 sink will
I mean,
get you
It's
deeper faster.
it's just kind of boils down to same with muskie fishing, like what waters are you targeting? If you're
Absolutely.
fishing like the river closest to us, like most of that river is 1 to 2 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
Intermediate's perfect.
Well,
Absolutely.
part of that also has to do with your patience, as well as knowing what fly you're throwing
Mm-hmm.
to know how to strip it. Like I only had an intermediate line for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I had to learn, okay, I have an intermediate line on, but I just threw a popper in. Like, all right, we're not going to have much time with this thing on top water, so we got to get it placed very well and move on.
Right.
And then eventually I ended up buying a floating line to correct that issue. And
Makes
then,
sense.
then at that point I became impatient and was tired of waiting for the certain flies to sink. So then I bought a sink line. So
Yeah.
it's
like
just it's wherever you're comfortable. That's why I started with an intermediate, because you can kind of just play with it like you said, Ross, strip
Yeah.
it faster if need be. That way it's not on the ground by the time you get it back to you. Or a little slower if it's something you want to sink that's not sinking so quickly.
Yeah.
It's just timing and patience at that point.
See, I like using the intermediate and like probably under 4 feet of water.
Okay.
Because the thing with that is like especially fall, if you're fishing slower, like it takes the intermediate like a couple seconds for the fly to actually start sinking. But the beautiful thing is with the intermediate, it sinks so slow you can literally just like pause, wait 10 seconds, strip again. So like on some of the rivers we fished, I can see the tree and I'm fishing a chartreuse game changer or something, and I can literally see the fly, so I can kind of dart it and make sure it misses the branch.
Yeah.
And that's a nice thing about the intermediate is in those situations you can
Manipulate.
Yeah.
manipulate a little bit more. If you want to run it deeper in the water column, then like don't let it sink a little longer. But that's like I said, it's more of like I don't know, maybe a 2 to 4 foot of water fly line.
Yeah. You can get it down as deep as you want. You just got to wait. If you're fishing,
I'm just talking about its ideal fishing situations, probably like 2 to 4.
if you're fishing any kind of current or speed, 2 to 4 feet's
Yeah.
are really good.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're fishing the Allegheny River or something where like your average depth is 5 to 6, then you're probably going to want to go with the SIG 4.
Yeah.
But-
That and as with physics and gravity and stuff, like the higher sink lines are also going to give you a little bit higher grain weight, so it's going to allow you to fish some bigger flies.
Yes.
Especially towards fall. Like there's some pretty big bass flies.
Yeah.
And while you can definitely cast them with even a floating line, you can cast them with anything as long as you're good enough. The sinking line is going to make it a lot easier for you to control some bigger flies that you want to fish deeper. So
Yeah, and I will say the other nice thing about sinking lines with like articulated streamers, for instance, like not all articulated streamers have weight built into them, so you will need a sinking line to bring them down, or you're going to have to add weight to the leader to bring them down.
which I don't recommend on a bass rod.
Yeah, it's doable. It's just a weird casting motion. Like adding the weight kind of changes the rhythm and changes your loop, and it's something to be conscientious of. But
Yeah, I don't even like adding a lot of weight to trout lines.
Right.
I will,
agree. Yeah.
but I actually, with all the streamer fishing and stuff that I've been doing, Jim, I'm sold on the intermediate and sinking trout lines. It makes it so much easier to cast weight on a trout line,
Oh, okay.
in my opinion. Granted, I'm fishing streamers,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
and it probably wouldn't work too well for nymphs. I'd probably lose a lot of them and swear a lot. But I noticed a substantial difference with not having to try and make a good cast with 3 or 4 split shot attached to it.
Right.
yeah, for sure. I mean, the sinking line is a game changer versus putting split shot on it. So
Yeah.
Game
So that's
changer
just
fly.
yeah. Well, I mean, you need either a sinking liner to put split shot on to fish a game changer.
Absolutely.
So, but that's for my druthers, I'd always choose the sinking line over putting split shot on.
Yeah. Speaking of flies, we can kind of get into like let's start from the top, pun intended. Surface flies.
Surface flies.
Yeah. If you were going to buy one bass fly, I would highly recommend a bumblebee popper. That is the far and above
For
most-
smallmouth or largemouth?
both of them.
Okay.
That's
Bumblebee.
bumblebee popper. I have
have a
had
couple.
the most success off of a black and yellow. I don't know why. Might be a confidence fly thing, but
Possibly.
Could be.
I've always caught fish on a bumblebee popper.
Are you talking like deer hair or
Yep.
even just like the regular popper?
Yeah, deer hair.
Eh.
Well, the poppers we started out with, I mean, I got to actually tie up more of those now because the ones I bought all those years ago, they're just dead.
Yeah, I actually really need to re-up my bass bag.
I'm a big fan of the next fly actually on here is the Dalbert Diver.
That is
I'm
another
a big,
good one.
I'm a big one. A fan of that one.
that is probably my favorite bass fly.
It was my favorite bass fly until I bought the Total Karens. Those are my new favorite bass flies.
I like those. I've watched you fish them a couple times.
Yeah.
They have an interesting action to them.
They really do, especially in a stream when you're like not so much on an eddy, but when you're like off the side next to a rock. Like you're not in an eddy. It's like similar to where an eddy would be, but you're not in it, and it just looks like it's swimming in place per se.
Yeah.
But they're really really cool.
Yeah. Another popular one are gurglers.
See, I haven't really fished that one that much.
They're kind of very similar to a Dahlberg diver. They kind of do the same thing. Like when you strip them, they kind of dive, but instead of the popper where they push a ton of water, they don't push as much water. So hence they're called gurglers because they just move a little bit.
So they just dive down like a Dahlberg and then come back up.
Not quite the whole way like a Dahlberg.
No, I understand you're saying they don't push as much water, but they do the same thing.
It's more of a
same.
It's shallower than a Dahlberg. Like if you really rip a Dahlberg, you can get that thing to go down.
Oh yeah,
foot.
yeah.
The gurglers only
Done
go
it.
down like an inch or two.
Okay,
Yeah. Same action, less dramatic.
gotcha.
Yeah. Another good one are terrestrials. Obviously,
Any of them.
any of them for sure. But I mean, this is the time where I never understood the Chernobyl ant.
Mm-hmm.
Bass are a good opportunity to use Chernobyl ants and other ridiculously large foam terrestrials because bass just like buggy looking things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
rubber legs, foam, boom, they'll love it.
I've done really good on, and I keep buying the same one just because I've only done good on it. Particularly is the one grasshopper that I have. It's like a yellow and brown grasshopper.
Those foam hoppers?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
They work.
It has the deer hair on it too, doesn't
Yep.
it? Yeah, that's the one I use
Foam
the most.
body and a deer hair head.
Mhm.
I mean, they get the hell beat out of them, and they're
Yep.
only good for about a couple dozen fish, but boy, do they catch them.
They work great for trout too.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Never
you,
got a trout on one.
wow, you
Gotta
kind
be a
of,
big trout.
Yeah.
well, you also typically fall off the trout bandwagon in June and July a lot usually.
I get busy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
and
not
it's hot.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I used to go up to camp and fish terrestrials behind camp, and I'd freaking
Oh,
nail
that's
them on,
cooler water. Yeah. that makes
I'd nail them on ants and grasshoppers.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I haven't fished this late in the season in a long time because I have a ton of ants that I just don't use because I never get out there in time.
Big thing with surface flies. I forgot to mention the last two. Mice and frogs are both kind of historically bassy flies.
Yeah.
Both will work for bass.
Mm-hmm.
Frogs are, I think, probably the most famous surface bass fly.
Yeah.
But that's mainly largemouth.
Right. Well, you can also use smaller frog.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can absolutely use them for smallmouth. I'm just saying they're famous from largemouth. The big thing with surface flies is you don't want to fish them too aggressively.
Yeah.
So, like, kind of, when it lands, let the ripple dissipate and then give it a pop. Let the ripple dissipate. You don't want to be there ripping it the whole way back in.
I do get frustrated easily with them because I can see what's going on and I see the fish looking at it, swimming up to it. So I give it a little pop and then they just don't react. They just stay in place. And it's like, all right, you didn't even flinch to swim away, let alone flinch to eat it. So, and then I get mad and I start stripping it.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is like if you can see the fish, you can play with them. You don't need to do the same rhythmic strip every time. Same with fishing for muskie or whatever. Change your cadence, whatever. Maybe do a slightly less pop, and then maybe the next one do a big pop. Change it up a little bit.
Yeah, surface fishing for smallmouth is one of those rare occasions in fly fishing where you can actually knowingly replicate what you're trying to imitate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you've seen a frog swim across the top of the water. You've seen a mouse. Like you can see everything. Make it look realistic. Don't do what feels good. Do what makes sense, I guess, if that checks out.
Next, I think we'll go slightly subsurface here, and we'll go with streamers.
Yeah.
Big popular streamer, woolly bugger, because that's like the universal streamer. Like almost,
It really is.
Almost everything will eat a woolly bugger.
Bigger size for smallmouth definitely helps.
Yeah, for sure. Murdich minnow. For those that are unfamiliar, it's kind of a bit of a sparkly head and then kind of like a weird tail thing. It's a very neutrally buoyant fly. They great because the head moves a little bit of water, the tail does a little swimmy action. But since they're neutrally buoyant, you're definitely going to have either weight in front of it or a sinking line.
It's if nobody's seen it, think of it more of as like a size up muddler minnow.
Okay.
This is a pretty good. A little bit better action
And
off the
different
back
color. Yeah, because it has
Yeah.
a longer tail than a muddler.
Yeah, but if you made a muddler minnow for bass, it's kind of what you're thinking of.
Next up, world famous for smallmouth bass. That's why the fly was actually created, and we sing its praises fishing for just about goddamn everything. The Clouser minnow.
Clouser
go wrong
minnow is
with
always a
Clouser.
good time.
Yeah, invented by Bob Clouser to catch smallmouth bass on the Susquehanna River.
Yeah.
And,
So, yeah, very famous smallmouth fly.
and I'm a big, like, it's one of those patterns that is tied with the hook point up.
Yes.
And you can run that through all kinds of garbage and kind of get out alive without getting too many hang-ups. You're still going to get hang-ups, but
For sure.
Yeah,
Plus-
that's oops, I actually cast it over that tree branch and
yeah, that was my fault.
hook point comes back up and you're good to go.
Yeah, if you're going to buy a streamer for bass, just buy Clousers.
Yeah.
Or even better yet, they're one of the easiest flies in the world to tie.
Absolutely.
It's 2 pieces of bucktail and some flash, pretty much.
Yeah. And a barbell head.
Yeah, if you want to get into tying flies, start with Clousers.
That's
Great
where
time for
that's,
it.
that's where I started in my later life.
That was the first fly I ever tied,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the only fly I've ever tied.
But as far as streamers go, I mean, it's going to be basically anything that replicates a bait fish type thing, which we should all be familiar with since we primarily talk about musky fishing on here.
Yeah.
Just, make sure it's sized down to bass size. I mean, I did mention that my 2 largest bass came on musky flies, but for greater success, size it down a touch.
I have seen some mini Bufords going around now.
I own a couple of them.
I do as well.
I have not gotten a chance to use them for bass yet.
I don't like them.
I have the
can
mini
see why.
Bufords. I bought them for last Beast of the East because
Yeah, you
I
need
could
to.
cast them.
Yeah. I don't like them. They don't have the same walk the dog action as the full size.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be the head needs to be bigger on the
No,
ones.
the head's fine.
I disagree.
The ones I have are the exact same Buford head as my normal Bufords. The problem I have is there's not enough ass behind it to get the walk the dog. It almost acts like a straight popper.
Okay. I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
I'm
Same-
not saying they're
same
all tied
tire?
that way.
Yeah.
Same tire.
Huh?
Tire. The person that
Same
tied
place
them.
that you
Same.
got them from.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, sweet, this would be great for bass. And then I used them, and they just don't get the good walk the dog like the regular ones do.
See, the ones that Cooper bought were,
The heads were smaller.
yeah, the heads were
Oh,
much
okay.
smaller, and it was almost too small, in my opinion.
I believe you.
Yeah, I got mine from Urban.
Yeah, which beautiful looking fly,
Yeah, they are.
but it's a Buford with a short. It's like a Bobcat Buford. There's
Yeah.
just no tail.
Well, it doesn't have the same action as a full size. I thought it would be smaller, but with the same action, and it's not the same. So one recommendation: fishing streamers. Make sure you drown your fly before you start fishing, because there's gonna be nothing worse than casting it out there, retrieving it halfway back before the fly actually goes in the water.
It's a pain. I always forget that.
Yeah,
My-
got to drown your musky flies too.
Yeah.
Stripping wise, very similar to musky, irregular pace, keep the fish on their toes, etc. Or do rhythmic, fast or slow as you want. But
Yeah.
it's similar to fishing for musky. It's whatever strip you think works, do that.
Yeah. And strip set. Don't trout set.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, so you should also strip set on the surface flies.
Absolutely.
On a side note,
Well, this is what's the guy's name? Brian Fleshing, Mad River Outfitters.
oh yeah,
He calls it contact fishing because you are directly connected instead of doing a dead drift.
yeah.
So if you're in contact with it, you need to strip set that because that's the only thing hooking that fish besides hopes and dreams.
Yeah. Next category, bottom patterns.
I don't fish a lot of these.
I do.
You have had great success with crayfish patterns.
Great success.
Great success.
Which
There's sculpin crayfish patterns. by the
Well, that's the next pattern is also sculpin patterns, because sculpins are a bottom-lying fish.
yeah,
So these are your 2 big bottom patterns. I mean, anything that's going to ride the bottom is going to work.
algae
but
eaters kind of things.
a large part of the smallmouth bass's diet is crayfish. So throwing a crayfish fly seems to be a very logical decision.
Yeah, and Cooper's banged them off of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the sculpin pattern I use is just a barbell eye, and then like an olive green and
Yeah.
black. Really, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
Yeah. I've
And-
used Near Enough. I think Dave's Near Enough crayfish
Yeah.
pattern a couple
Yep.
times.
Yeah, I have a few of those. I've caught a few fish off of those, but my go-to pattern is the one I just said, and I think it's just a. I think it's just some kind of. I think off of Big Y Fly, it's just like a sculpin crayfish type pattern. I can't recall.
It's got a little bit of a, not a deer hair head, but like a little bit of a wider bucktail head.
Yes.
And just kind of gives you that head profile with the fishy back. It's basically a bottom riding Buford in a way.
Yeah, I mean, just so everybody understands, I mean, I go bass fishing. That is my go-to fly. That's what I start with and end with.
Works almost every time.
But I've also caught random other assortments of fish on this same exact fly, like multiple catfish. I've actually caught some.
It's a fishy fly.
Yeah. No, actually, it really is.
I know.
So it's my go-to.
Plus, the other thing that I really like about those, like, you can get them on the way up too. Like, you can fish the bottom for a long ways, and then when you're getting closer back to the boat, something pops up above the weed line, and I mean, I've seen you just smash fish several times when it's within eyesight of the boat. And it's like, oh, there it goes.
On the final retrieve.
Yeah.
Yeah, for whatever reason, that fly is very attractive.
Yeah. It's a very fishy fly. But your bottom patterns, crayfish, sculpin type patterns, these flies usually come with weight built in. Usually, either like dumbbell eyes or chain eyes or even lead wire wrapped around them, whatever. They usually come with weight built in. That being said, if you're fishing them in like a river or something, you're probably going to want to still use some kind of sinking line to help that thing get down there faster, because you're literally going to be stripping this thing across the bottom.
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever used the particular fly I'm talking about in a river, only in lakes.
Yeah.
With a river, I definitely agree with you, Matt. Like, if you're fishing it in current, to get that extra weight to get it actually on the bottom where you want to present it, you need to get it down quick.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's supposedly a bottom pattern, which means it's primarily going to be successful on the bottom. And if you spend half your drift on your way down, it's kind of defeating the purpose.
Yeah. You're anticipating the something biting a dead fish kind of presentation versus swimming along the bottom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you may end up needing like sinking lines or adding weight like we were discussing. Even though these flies come with weight, you still might want to add more, especially depending on depth. The one thing for those of us who've ever seen these bottom-dwelling creatures like crayfish, they tend to, just move in a little burst, pause, move in a little burst, pause. So you're going to want to fish these patterns slower than you would a streamer, for instance.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say a long pause and a long steady strip, not really quick, but like you don't just pop it, use your full arm.
Yeah, tempo really matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can do that. The other way you can fish these are putting them under a strike indicator.
See, I haven't done that yet.
Dead drifting them, and then just giving them almost like a little twitch just to make them move as they go to make the fish know they're alive.
Yeah, almost like a bad mend.
Well, yeah, kind of, yeah. Either do just something to impart a little movement. You can still kind of quasi-dead drift it, but just impart a little movement to
make it look like it's twitching.
Yeah, like, I'm wounded and drifting.
Yeah, I haven't done that a lot. I've seen other people do it where they're like, hey, if you're bad at mending, this will actually work for you. And they basically like do a over-exaggerated mend to where it looks like a fish is kind of dying down the stream and then like, I'm alive. No, I'm not.
So if you're in 4 feet of water, where are you putting your strike indicator?
It's the same. It's about same rule as trout, time and a half the water, so probably 6 feet.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be the same as, trout, like you're just dead drifting. It just, all you're doing is a dead drift like you would fish a trout nymph, and just you give it a little strip or something.
Yeah,
lift your rod or something to give it movement.
I get that. I just was curious, like, how much slack you want it to have when it stops. Like, because when you twitch it, it's going to go forward, right? And then you want it to stop and sit. And then you're drifting. And then at whatever point you want to strip it again,
well, I mean, you don't even have to strip it. You just like lift your rod tip just to give it a little movement and let it continue on its dead lift or dead drift.
Okay.
I would say more slack is better. You want that thing to drag along the bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
In my opinion. This is coming from a guy who doesn't fish that a lot. But just with the way Matt's describing it and where I've seen other people successful, in my mind, more slack is better because you kind of want that slapping off the bottom, kind of like a nymph.
If you're fishing like I'm suggesting, that's going to be the time you're going on a trout set. Just so everybody knows. If you're dead drifting the crayfish pattern under an indicator, that's the time you're actually going to want a trout set, because you need the trout set to take up all the slack line.
Oh.
Because if you strip set, you're going to be strip set for half an hour, and the fish may realize, I don't want this anymore, and spit it out by the time you get the line taut enough to set the hook.
Trout set to hook it, I definitely say give it the beans on one good strip set just to make sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going to have to give it the beans anyway, because you're talking about a heavier fly than a trout fly, so you're going to need an extra little beans to...
What's bad on my part is I usually it usually takes a fish or two to transition.
Yeah.
But at one point I do both. I do this, and you know what? It works. It works.
It works until it doesn't work, because I've had it fail me on a muskie before. So
I've also seen you put poor creek chubs into low Earth orbit.
Remember I talked about Pluto earlier?
Yeah.
They're up there.
There's a creek chub passing side.
The other important thing, fishing bottom patterns. As Ross mentioned earlier, the great beauty of the Clouser minnow is it rides hook point up. You want to get bottom patterns that ride hook point up, because they are literally going to be bouncing off the bottom, and if the hook's down, you're probably going to get hung up.
Not probably.
Absolutely. And a great, easy way to figure that out is or I should say a lot of them come with barbell eyes or chain eyes. You want to make sure they're on the opposite side of the hook than the actual hook point.
Yep.
A lot of online retailers will sometimes mess that up.
Yep.
Most of the time I've got them from fly shops. They have them pretty well set, but if you're buying them online, buyer beware, you might need to fish those a different way.
Or if you're tying them, make sure the barbell's on the opposite side from the hook point.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
I believe you.
Fortunately, you realize it, and you can recycle the materials.
Exactly.
Yeah. The last category I have for smallmouth bass, this one's not going to take very much, but nymphs.
Yeah, big ones.
I have caught a lot of smallmouth bass on nymphs while trout fishing. Granted, these were pheasant tail nymphs, but bass tend to live in bodies of water with aquatic insects as well. And hey, there's free food flowing towards me just like a trout.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going to eat nymphs. That being said, they're a bit more opportunistic, and you're going to, like Ross said, want to stick with the larger ones. So like, what are we talking here?
You can dead drift a woolly bugger. That's always a great spot. I don't fish a lot of hellgrammites, but I know people have a lot of success with them. In my opinion, a woolly bugger kind of bridges that gap between a hellgrammite and
It's
a
the
couple other
universal
things.
come eat me.
Leech, yeah.
Other than that, like all those flies you bought when you first started fly fishing, where it's like, oh, I'm going to catch a monster trout off this, size 2 nymph, because bigger flies mean bigger fish. This is the time where you want to use them. And
It may very well mean a bigger fish.
absolutely. Stonefly nymphs are always great.
Oh, yeah.
Jim's favorite.
Bigger mayflies.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really get into the bigger mayflies for bass just because I don't use them.
Well, my usual, and I've never actually gone out and targeted smallmouth using a bigger mayfly nymph, but like I've thrown, size 10, size 8 pheasant tails and stuff, and that's usually when I accidentally catch the smallmouth bass fishing for the trout.
Yeah, they'll eat anything a trout will eat. If you
And the trout.
so I guess
Less likely to eat the trout, but
it's an interesting point. Like if you are trying to target both species, if you're in a transitional month where the waters, you could get away with a bigger nymph and catch bigger trout and or more bass.
we're pushing away temperature boundary for trout. Smallmouth bass are coming in. Instead of throwing that 12 that matches the hatch, maybe throw the 10.
Yeah.
It's like a
48.
hurricane of fish.
Yeah.
I will say one fly that we didn't bring up that's a dry fly that I've had success on.
Please say.
Some water spiders.
That's not what I was
Yes.
going to say.
What are you?
They'll also eat the white mayflies that come off in the summer.
Yeah.
Are they the giant mayflies or the white millers?
Yep.
One of the two.
I've caught smallmouths on a lot of white dry flies.
Yeah, because
On purpose.
Yeah, now's when they come off. I think the white mayflies usually come off now.
Yeah, because I think it was last year I said I was going to dry fly a lot more, and I ended up dry flying for bass and caught some bass on some very large moth size flies.
Yeah.
But they're dry, so
Those
counts.
There were some cicada looking flies that I bought like 2 of them at a fly shop when the cicadas were coming off. Those worked for bass, not for trout at all.
Makes sense.
That and like really big Adams, I've had success with.
Like a brown.
Well, it's because
Yeah, got a
Yeah.
gray body and grizzly wing.
Yeah, grizzly is the word.
well, I mean,
Okay.
if you think about our trout series, most of your larger mayflies come off early summer, so
Yeah.
yeah,
it
definitely
makes sense to smallmouth target them.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, this is where I started being successful with nymph and/or like trout patterns for bass.
Yeah.
Is all the ones that I bought thinking that I was going to catch monster-sized trout with
Yeah.
because I was using a size 4
Yeah.
freaking stonefly.
He has a size 2 prince nymph in his in his bag.
I think the biggest.
I might.
I think the biggest pheasant tail I had was a size 8. So you got me beat.
No, I've had. Well, when I started tying, I definitely tied up some like size 6 pheasant tail and didn't catch anything. Didn't catch anything but a tree with those.
We're up at camp the one weekend. Ross is over there tying a size 4/0 or Prince nymph
Oh,
for
yeah.
the muskie. I'm just kidding. He didn't actually do that.
I kind of want to now.
No, you should.
How hilarious would that be?
That would just look like basically just
It would almost
big
look like a
bug.
supersized clouser.
yeah, it would just
Or-
look like a big
Yeah,
bug.
clouser-sized prince nymph.
Or like a June bug that fell into the water and sank.
All right.
Well, I got to do it now. By the way,
I was going to say, new challenge.
yeah, well, the other
June
challenge
bug?
you gave me, and they just came in because they were back ordered. I found some size 28 and 30
Oh.
hooks, and I'm gonna swear a lot, but damn it, I'm gonna tie up some very
You
tiny
have to have
flies.
good eyes.
All I'm going to say is
A lot of magnification.
Yes.
here is my challenge to you.
Size 30 double Buford.
That was actually going to be one of them.
I might have thought of that already.
He might have already
I
tied
may
it.
have to borrow a couple of your size 30s.
Please do, because I'm
'Cause-
only gonna tie like 2 of those freaking things.
I think we'll give it a month. We'll do a month, and in a month we'll come back, and our challenge is tie a size 30
Mm-hmm.
Buford,
Yeah.
What?
and then also a size 4/0 trout nymph.
Yeah.
No, just do
That's-
Bufords, both of them.
Well, no, a 4/0's a normal size
Yeah,
for a trout
I-
nymph, for a Buford.
I know, but it'll just be hilarious seeing one next to the other.
Well, we already have Bufords, but I think it would be hilarious
I
to
don't-
have like a 4/0 pheasant tail.
I don't know how you get
Prince
enough,
nymph for Ross.
enough materials on a 30.
So they sell really, really thin, like flash that I think will make a decent enough substitution for deer hair for a Buford. I put some real research into this, Jim. But basically, I think they call it micro flash from Semper Fi. It's a stupid high denier. It's
Yeah.
impressive.
Well, we're recording this Monday, July 13th,
When are they due by?
August,
Not the country. Country?
mid-August. Ross and I will
Dubai.
have
He
our
said Dubai.
we will have our results of our
City.
fly tying challenge
Say, what date?
mid-August, because it depends what day we record it.
Fair.
So whatever the second week of August,
So you basically have a month.
a month. We have
Yeah.
a month to tie a size 30 Buford, and a month to tie a size 4/0 trout nymph.
That'll be done tomorrow.
So you're doing 2 months?
No, a month.
A
July.
month. We're gonna have them
well,
both
he
in
said
a month.
1 month for this one and 1 month
No,
for
we're
this.
gonna have
1 month for both.
1 month for both.
Okay.
I am gonna have to go.
I
get
hope you understand that Ross is off work until Friday.
Well, that's why I'm giving myself a month.
Yeah.
You're good.
I just finally took my vice back upstairs, so
Jim, if you want to have a good time, the thread that I found to tie these size 30s, Matt is just going to snap every time.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be get some popcorn,
Yeah.
grab a couple cold ones. I would also recommend a batting helmet because bobbins might be thrown.
Yeah.
so you're saying I have a temper?
I'm saying you're very heavy-handed.
Have you
Don't
seen
like
you try
failing.
to put in flooring?
Shut up.
You
I
don't
don't
like,
have the touch.
you don't like when things don't go right,
You're 100% correct on that one.
and when you're tying with thread the size of a human hair,
Yeah.
might not go right.
All right, and then here's the other part of the challenge.
Yeah.
We should definitely video record it.
Like individual?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to tie it in studio because,
Oh, we'll do it here. I'll tie it in studio.
well, fuck you, then we'll do it.
right under this, right under mic number.
No, we'll literally back this
camera
camera
4.
up, and then you can watch both of us tie the flies. So Ross and I are going to pick a night, and
Oh, we're gonna get multiple camera views. Actually,
okay, fine.
we're gonna need
We'll
Ross.
take all the cameras.
We're gonna
we'll
need
point 'em
Ross
at
to
us.
bring his other camera, like that one.
Yeah.
We're gonna use that one on him, his on you, and then you're gonna have that one, and then we'll grab another one. We're gonna have 4
right here.
We're gonna have 4 cameras on you guys.
We need what do the Pirates have for the home run? The cannonball camera?
All right, then. Now apparently we are scheduling a night for this tie-off.
Yeah, I think we should. I mean, it's gonna be not fun to watch.
Oh no, it'll probably be. You're pointing at me because I'm going to be hilarious.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
You might be right.
He's 100% right. I'm
After
going to
about
probably be throwing shit.
After about the third one, I'll have it dialed in. And
We'll have to do a lot of editing on that, I think, and like
Oh, 100%.
speed it up. Play some music.
Motherfucker!
we're going to have to start this at like 8 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Shut up.
We'll have to do that one song. It's like
Actually, what may make it better is we'll start at noon.
Uh-huh. Noon o'clock. High noon.
High noon.
High noon.
We'll start at high noon.
fisticuffs.
We'll have a bottle of whiskey right there,
That won't be good for you.
and we'll have a bottle of whiskey right here.
Oh Jesus! You're both getting a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
The dealer's choice.
I'll
Well,
take a shot.
I'm drinking scotch. He can drink what he
You
wants.
said whiskey.
Scotch is
Scotch whiskey. I'll take a shot and be done. It'll be easy. To wrap this up,
No, here's the thing. You have to finish the bottle by the time you're done tying.
don't do that. On a size 30?
No.
Good
For
Lord.
the 2 flies, you have 2 flies. You have your 30 and your 4-aught or whatever you said earlier.
Is there a beer you like?
Coors Banquet,
Ices.
apparently.
Well, that's
He
just
can
'cause
drink.
it's-
He can drink a case of
95.
ices.
Yeah.
No. I'll puke.
Not again. Not again.
Not again.
We'll figure that part of it out.
Not the case race again.
No, the one thing I wanted to bring up now that we're like getting into making our own fly rods.
Yes.
Kind of my thought was I think it'd be pretty cool to do a little bit of a fly rod raffle. So if you guys are listening, and my thought is for a certain dollar amount, I don't know, $10 a ticket, we'll do it on Instagram, do a draw, and raffle off one of the fly rods because I bought 2 extra.
Okay.
Figure we'll have a rod apiece for us, have a team rod, and then like raffle off an extra rod. If you guys are interested in that,
Yeah.
definitely shoot us a line.
We need
because-
feedback for that.
Yeah, like I'm not going to do it if nobody wants to bid on it.
Yeah, if we have one person, that's
Yeah,
sorry.
which I mean, yeah, I'm not. I like you guys, but I'm not giving you a rod for $10.
No.
Kick rocks. But no, if you guys are interested in something like that, it'll be a
That'd be cool.
9 foot 12 weight 2-piece, and
Custom by you.
custom by me.
Yeah,
We'll see how it goes.
we'll raffle off Ross's rod, not any of ours.
Oh no, you don't worry about it. You guys are going to do just fine.
I have so for my rod, Ross and I have already talked about it like 2 or 3 times now. I have very specific custom things that I want in
Color wise,
colors and stuff.
nobody else is going to want it, but it's going to look.
My rod's gonna look sick. Like, to me, it's gonna be the best looking thing on the market.
I love the thought of it. Purple and gold, man,
Just, why'd you spoil it?
because it's going to look awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to look like those old Super Bees.
Turns out they did scientific studies that those are the 2 colors that have the most contrast, right, Dad?
Mm-hmm.
Purple and gold, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that?
Because that's literally how the company he used to work for came up with the company colors. They did scientific studies and found out that purple and gold have the sharpest contrast.
Hot damn, Cooper! You don't need a scientific study. Just know
Sure
it.
don't.
Got you,
Somebody
buddy.
already did it.
Got it from birth.
Got your back, bud.
Well, walk us out of here, Matt.
All right. Well, we appreciate you all. Please follow us on Instagram at Dangerous Fly Fishing. Check out the video version of the episode and any other random videos we may post. Search
Including
for
the
us
car fire.
including the car fire, a portion of the car fire. Search for us on YouTube at Dangerous Fly Fishing. Please shoot us an email. We love hearing your guys' feedback. We're still sending stickers out, so if you want one, shoot us an email. I just sent a couple out last week.
New stickers coming soon.
New fun stickers coming soon, but we won't release those till the beast.
Ross's rod raffle.
Ross's rod raffle. So shoot us some
interest. Yeah.
shoot us some feedback with some interest. Our email is dangerousflyfishing@gmail.com. Mr. Cooper.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in and watching, whatever you're doing. So thank you. As always, good luck. Don't suck. Stay dangerous.